Hello and welcome to Dungeons & Dining with me, the Dragon, Still Rice. Well then folks, the holidays are upon us. It's a great time of year to try out new recipes, although I've been thinking about something. I've watched and been recommended many videos on Christmas budget recipes, but I haven't found the same for other winter holidays. Well, it is time to educate myself. Today we're making 3 dishes from 3 different holidays using only items from the Dollar Tree, with the exception of one meat. The first dish we're making is Latkes, a Hannukah dish. Now latkes are representative of a menorah kept aflame by oil for 8 days in the Second Temple of Jerusalem. And the latkes represent this because they're cooked in oil. The second dish we're making is West African peanut stew, often eaten during Kwanzaa. Now, please pardon the upcoming mispronunciation. The dish is also known as mafi, and it comes from Mali. Now, West African immigrants had a huge impact on America's food culture. In fact, they popularized and made fried chicken what it is today. That is to say, the Scots brought fried chicken to America, but it was literally chicken fried. The West African immigrants seasoned and floured them. They would sell fried chicken at railways to make money, and now fried chicken in its American form is all over the freaking world. And American food, as the world knows it, would not be what it is without West African immigrants. I totally recommend looking up some other West African dishes. Now our last dish is for Christmas, albeit it's not a dish often associated with Christmas, but it is one that I've had during the holidays. We're making a cherry cobbler. Now before we get into price and budget, I want to let you all know for my budget videos, I always exclude the following: herbs, spices, condiments, and staples. And now for our budget, the following items were all $1.25 each. Hungry Jack pancake mix, 2 boxes of Hungry Jack Hashbrowns, a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, a 15-ounce can of cherries, a 10-ounce jar of peanut butter, 2 cans of yams, and frozen seasoning blend, which consists of onions, bell peppers, and celery. Altogether, that's $11.25. But alongside all of that, I got a rotisserie chicken from Wally World for $4.66, making the full price of our budget $15.91. That's 22 servings of food for under $16. Now bear in mind, some of these items might be cheaper elsewhere other than Dollar Tree, so you can actually make all of this food for even cheaper. So then...
Hello! It is I, the great Cayenne wizard!
Whoa! What?
Hello, my friend! I am here to grant you a holiday wish!
Oh, can you end poverty or bring about world peace?
Well, I can't quite do that, but please tell, what else would you wish for?
I think I'm good, bold wizard.
Are you sure? This is but one of my many forms. I could do so much for you.
No, I'm fine.
Perchance you fancy a luxury or delicacy.
Dude, no,
Oh, but what about...
No! I'm making a video. You need to leave now!
Well, alright, dear dragon friend. Take your time and tell me your wish later. Goodbye!
Well, with him gone and our game plan laid out, let's get to work. Righty tighty folks, it is time to make our first food. That being our latkes. And that is using our boxed potatoes. And a portion of our pancake mix. We're saving this for later. And as you can see here, I have a big bowl of potato mix. Now don't worry folks, I'm going to tell you how I came here. Now despite this not being authentic, I try to stay as close to a real latkes as possible. With that in mind, when you make real latkes, so I've seen, you grate potatoes and onions. Now we got the grated potato covered. But as for the onions, I definitely wanted to keep the onion flavor in there. For most recipes, I use onion powder, but sometimes I use chopped onion. Here we have dried chopped onion. The thing with these things is you gotta hydrate them. So I thought, what if I hydrate these alongside them? That way we have our shredded potatoes and some bits of onion in there. So that's exactly what I did. I filled up a kettle with water, got it nice and hot, topped off the boxes with said water, up to the fill line, but not before adding a tablespoon of chopped onion to each box, making that 2 tablespoons of chopped onion. And by the time they were done hydrating, you could smell the onion. It smelled so good. And I was surprised by just how much potato I got out of these boxes. So alongside that, I cracked 3 eggs, added a cup of our box mix, and mixed in as well a teaspoon of baking powder and salt and pepper to taste. Now I added baking powder because each Latkes recipe that I found had it in there, and the pancake mix was lacking in it. It has baking soda, but not baking powder. And don't forget folks, baking powder fluffs things up. So with all that mixed together, here we have our Latkes mix. Be gone again! Now I have over here a pan of hot oil and a plate with paper towels. So what I'm going to do is scoop out some Latkes mix, put it in the oil, fry it for a bit, flip it, and dry them on the plate. But I don't want to get my paws messy, so let's say goodbye to them. Shit. I guess that dragon magic was too much. Now I don't want to get my paws dirty, so let's say goodbye to them. Gonna give these scaleless hands a quick wash. And with our hands washed, let's make these things. A quick cursory mix very easily in this oil. Alright. Alright folks, that's our first batch. We're gonna let them cook for a minute on one side. We're gonna get some footage of these. Gonna fish out a little bit of debris. And you know what debris is, folks? A chef's snack. Ah! Oh, they're already browning. Okay, time to flip. Alright. Waiting for things to cook. You know, I ate hash browns growing up, and these do not smell far off. I mean, they're potatoes after all. But it's giving me nice, like, breakfast memories on the weekends. I can only imagine growing up Jewish and having these, and having that nostalgic smell. Alrighty, folks, I think we're ready. Fish those puppies out. And optionally, I'm going to top them off with some salt. Alrighty, that's the first batch. I'm going to cook the rest of them real quick. And I will see you all in a bit. Alrighty folks, look at these! They look so crispy and delicious. Now you're probably wondering, how many did we make? Well, we made a total of 16. And if you have 3 servings per person, that makes 5 servings. Plus 1 bonus Latkes. So I have these here with a side of applesauce and sour cream. And I garnish them with parsley. This is all gonna make for one tasty meal. So then folks, here we have our Latkes. Alright folks, up next is our West African peanut stew. For prep, I took our rotisserie chicken and I chopped it to bits. I separated the meat from the bone, and I kept them. I'm going to get as much flavor out of these as I can. So I'm adding the meat closer to the end of making the stew. I don't want these left behind with the final stew. And also our yams, I'm adding those near the end of this too. They're already super soft from soaking in water and sugar. But to begin, we have here a combination of onion, celery, and bell peppers, which should be perfect for this. So I have a little bit of oil in this pot to saute these. So folks, in they go. Well, that popped the heck out of my hand. We're gonna let those saute a second, which afterwards I'm adding in some diced tomatoes. Now most recipes of peanut stew that I found had either crushed tomatoes or tomato sauce. But honestly, I chose this because of the quantity for the price. I mean, this is 28 ounces. Plus, I don't mind a hearty stew. I should mention as well, we have ourselves a seasoning blend. That consisting of a teaspoon's worth each of garlic, coriander, ginger, paprika, and cayenne pepper. And also 3 whole cloves. And over here, I have 2 tablespoons worth each of chicken bouillon powder and a tablespoon of pepper flakes. Those are sauteing pretty nicely, so I think it's time for the tomatoes. Now I'm not draining these because hey, that's more flavor. But I did drain these because that's sugar. So in they go. Mixing that up. And I have here 6 cups of water. And the bones. Slide, slide. You're late for October. So I'm going to let those stew for a minute. Then I'm taking the bones out and adding the stew's namesake, the peanut butter. I have a lid on there, so we're going to wait a little bit. See you folks in a sec. Okay folks, we're back. And I fished the bones out of the pot. And let me say, this smells delicious. So now, how about we add our chicken? Easy does it. And we also cannot forget our seasoning. In with the chicken. Whoa. Get all that flavor in there. Oh, it's already so much thicker. And speaking of thickness, we have next our peanut butter. So let's get that stuff in there, shall we? And let's mix that all up in there. And now our stew is a peanut stew. But we have one more thing to add. Our sweet potatoes. And in they go. My goodness, look at all of that. Now mind you, I'm doing a very quick version of this stew. Bear in mind, I boiled the bones for half an hour. And you want to do so for much longer. But even cut for time, I want to make something really tasty. And this, my friends, is looking like it to me. I'm going to boil this for a little bit longer, and after the fact, we're going to serve. So I'll see you all again momentarily. Oh, hello folks, we're back, and look how much soup we freaking made. That right there is 9 bowls of stew. They smell so good and they're rich and hearty. Now some folks top this off with peanuts or cilantro or spinach, but I haven't because I'm sticking with what I got right now. Now truth be told, this stew reminded me of some of my own cooking. I mean, it has ginger, coriander, cloves, you know, things you find in 5-spice or in pho. So then folks, here we have our West African peanut stew.
That's unique. Like, I didn't think the sweet potato would blend so well with this. It could definitely do with more spice, don't get me wrong. And that's my fault. But let me tell you, everything there tastes freaking great. The tomatoes, the peanut butter, the yams, sweet potatoes, they pair really well with everything in there. The spices are good. This is a good soup. I gotta pack this whole. But, I'm gonna eat this soon. So, yeah, I'm excited too. I gotta make this again. Because, boy oh boy. Hey, good on y'all who grew up with this stuff. Heck yes. Okay, boop.
Welcome back folks. Now we're going to work on our last dish, which is our Christmas treat, cherry cobbler. Now I had 2 cups remaining from our pancake mix, so I put it in this bowl right here. Whoop. I have here a 15-ounce can of cherries, and I have some other ingredients right over here. We have first a cup of sugar, and a teaspoon each worth of baking powder and pumpkin spice. If you don't have pumpkin spice, you can use cinnamon, nutmeg, or a combination of both. Oh, and one more thing, there's a pinch of salt in here. Let's give that a little mix. Next we have a cup of milk and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Easy down. Easy it goes. And lastly, 8 tablespoons or a stick's worth of butter. Just to be safe, removing the paws. You know what? Let's transfer to something bigger real fast. Alright, that's much better. And lastly, our can of cherries. Damn it, fellas. What? Now look at that, folks. It looks like a massacred Sunday. So folks, there's our mix right there. And we're gonna add it to this dish. So let's go. Level it out a bit. Now you don't have to do this, but I'm gonna top the cobbler with a bit of sugar. Gonna give it a nice glisten that way. Woohoo! And before retorting, I preheated the oven to 400 degrees. And the cobbler's going in there for 30 minutes. Goodbye, spoon. Open. Time to meet your destiny. You shall cook. I'm gonna set an alarm for 30 minutes. So, ready, steady, chicken spaghetti. I'll see y'all in just a bit. Wonderful. And time to get it out of there. Oven off. Gloves on. Oven open. More narrating. And a cobbler. Now folks, look at what we made. Look at that beauty. Now you can top this off with powdered sugar or other things. So in just a minute, we're gonna cut into this thing. But we want it to cool down a little bit. Plates arranged. Time to cut into it. Yes. And there we have 8 servings of cherry cobbler. Just look at those, folks. You got those cherries in there and that holiday smell. Now, if you ask me, I prefer a peach cobbler. But I think this recipe is very fitting for the holidays. And it wouldn't be my first time having it for the holidays. Speaking of which...
Alright, bit there with some cherry. Come here, my friend. In my mouth. Oh, man. You know, even for dollar store cherries like that, the cherry in my mouth just pop with some moisture. Speaking of moisture, these are pretty dang moist. Again, some ice cream with this, powdered sugar on there, or even if you got like chocolate syrup, you just drizzle on top of there. Now that is tasty and satisfying. I hope this isn't too awkward.
And in any case, here we have our cherry cobbler. Well folks, wasn't that nice? We made so many dishes for a pretty effective price. And if you folks take anything away from this video, is that you should try new foods. From different cultures, learn about those cultures. And if you miss food from your family and your heritage, do not feel like they're inaccessible. Sometimes on a budget you gotta substitute and cut corners. But you still deserve filling and delicious food. So experiment, research, and have fun. And happy holidays, everybody. Oh, and before I go, I have the recipe for the ultimate holiday dish. Now let me tell it to you.
Hello again, my dear dragon friend.
Oh no, not you again?
I'm here to ask again, what wish would you like?
No. God, I wish this video would end so he would go away.
Oh, is that what you want your wish to be? Well, I will make it so. Goodbye.
No, wait, no, I didn't mean that. No, please, don't stop it. No, wait, no.